And this is very important in reference to lawsuits against dirty government and the pain and suffering lawsuits and the inconvenience of these people's, games of blocking me from my mother and father's mansions that I got kidnapped from. Plus the inconvenience of a lot of other things. They just clamped on my lips. That's more lawsuits too. Every time you're doing something, man. My face is not your animatronic, mechanical mechanism, government man. My face is a real face, you sicko. And you must get charged for trying to move my face around, trying to warp my face all the time, man. Try to play puppet games. That's more lawsuits too. And in reference to pain and suffering and the time it takes for my teeth to heal completely back to normal, those lawsuits go up too. So, every day is more lawsuits of pain and suffering, crimes against government in reference to lawsuits and how long it takes for my teeth and face to completely heal, and everything else that they have injured has to completely heal 100%. And every day they're supposed to tally up more lawsuits in reference to any abuses or any damage preventing the healing of teeth or face or anything. It's more lawsuits in reference to pain and suffering every second of every day, man. Hello, friendly countries, and hello, America, and friendly people, and hello in reference to and don't forget the laws of Elliot Ness. Somebody was wanting to know about the laws of Elliot Ness. The laws of Elliot Ness are very important in reference to keeping records of wealth and people that are famous and estates and family history of things. So in reference to the laws of Elliot Ness, first and foremost they protect people, the large landowners, business owners, from dirty government, dirty criminals, things like that. And universities, many things of importance in reference to the laws of Elliot Ness, So, in reference to, my mother had court cases against people that tried to claim to be richer than my mother and father, and people that tried to claim to be richer than me in reference to, I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates. So that was, documented. And my mother had been in court, and she had brought in a lot of documents of land, businesses, and companies. And I guess these dirty people in the government tried to use those documents with their impersonators, and they tried to steal everything. That's treason. That's a violation of court records and misuse of court records. Lots of things of importance in reference to the violations of the dirty government. And the Royal Protocol of My Identities in the media 24 hours a day. Oh, yeah, and somebody wants it known, I guess. They wanted universities to know what they're allowed to do for me. Like say, for instance, if I, because I'm accomplished as an intellectual and history of universities and schools and things like that. So, in reference to somebody needs to inform, I guess, universities nationwide, like if I was in whatever city and state, or, what a university can do for me, like, in reference to them, like, depending on the type of endangerment something is, like, if I went up to the admissions office, they're supposed to know who I am, or, and they're supposed to be like, oh, we can get you a house, or, oh, they can get you a car, or they can get you this or that, in reference to some things, or, supposed to be able to hang out at universities and, things like that, and that whether or not universities are allowed to hand me money or scholarships, or, I don't know if they sent scholarships because they never arrived. I haven't received any college things such as shirts or t-shirts or hats or anything if anybody sent any. Right? But anyway, so in reference to what universities can do, if I was like in this type of situation, because universities that I went to and universities that know who I am and that know who my parents are, there's probably supposed to be a college course in reference to history of me and my mother and father and grandparents and all my athletic accomplishments and intellectual accomplishments and my inventions and history of things. So, colleges and universities are allowed to create a course, a study course or history course or business course or entertainment course, that people can take, or putting it in a particular curriculum, just in case anybody was wondering. And, sports, athletics, and history of things of my life and my mother and father. Like, for instance, my mother and father performed in sports, but then nobody seems to know anything about it, And, I've played in sports too, Hello Olympics, and hello football, baseball, basketball, and other sports, and tennis and golf. How you guys doing? Lots of things of importance, and bowling, or whichever, Lots of things of importance. People can put things together and, history courses or business courses or, certain information of like just a university course that people can take for, some type of American history or international history. Lots of things of importance or whichever,